What's your favorite movie?
Depends.
Okay.
My favorite movie, Goodfellas.
I just said, okay, mine too. So you know the rules.
Right.
Bro,
My favorite movie of all time is The Godfather.
Is
I studied
a
it.
legendary movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I don't understand, bro? Yeah, you see Fredo. Why do people call themselves Fredo? Because you see in that, bro, in The Godfather, Fredo was a punk. My man had to kill Fredo because he just kept letting down the family and he jeopardized the family, bro. Is that where people get the name Fredo from, or did they get it from somewhere else? Because I see a few people with that name and I feel like, where's that name? Where do they think that a name originates from? Because it can't originate from The Godfather, bro. It's somebody else called Fredo.
Read the book and burnt me out. Remember Godfather 2 when he pretended to be weak? Then he took out the 5 families?
But bro, you see Godfather, yeah? That's like a fully... Dude. Yeah. You see Godfather, though, I fully resonate with that film because you see, like, me and my brother and that, bro, yeah. I'm more like Michael. I'm more laid back and, all right, let's be patient about this and disciplined about this. But you see my brother, bro, he's more sunny. He's crazy, bro. He's like, let's just kill him, da-da-da-da. And then KB's like VO, bro. VO, just the wisdom, like, yo, listen, this is what we must do. Da, 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 da. Like, it fully reminds me of the guys. Got me feeling like Michael before he killed Fredo. I ain't gonna say names, but they know. I know, I slapped down and it.
Brother Fredo betrayed him. See, betrayal is something that happens over and over again.
But what did he do, bro? Yeah, I know it's a mad thing. See what Michael went through. Michael had to kill his brother. And everybody now will just say, you can never kill your brother. What are you talking about? But what do you do, bro, if your brother's such a liability and such a threat to the whole family that he'll bring and destroy everything? He'll bring it all crashing down. What do you do, bro? You know what I mean? Do you kill him, bro? I couldn't do it, obviously, but what do you do, bro? Especially when you're them, man, and there's so much at risk. My man had to kill his own brother, bro. For the sake of the greater good. How poetic is that, bro? That's like some Shakespeare shit. You see them Shakespeare plays, bro? They're deep, you know. But you can cut them off, bro. But they might snitch, bro. What if Fredo goes on to snitch and thingy? Remember, he's linking up with other mafia people. He can betray the whole family, bro. He can get everybody murdered. They're in a murderous cycle. You know what I mean? But it's a mad thing, bro.
Not to get betrayed by your brother. You remember last time I was here, I said you don't mess with, that's why I don't be around men. So we all know they betrayed Jesus.
I told you, bro. I told you. I said that's why I don't be around men. You can tell his children girls too much.
I said this.
You walked in with a man.
Can I finish? Please.
Oh,
Don't you do the therapy thing?
Yeah, but
I want you to ask your therapist, do you interrupt people and how problematic that is at this age?
But you said you don't be around men.
Stop cutting them off.
See, there's the emotional intelligence. Now you're going to go in on my words. That's dumb. Come on, man. Let's move forward. Let's move with F1 speed. Don't pretend to be foolish. You know you're talking to a smart man. Yeah, you made me forget what I was going to say. See?
That's why movie about
Big Blake's is here to waste, man. Bro, you're definitely the liability, bro. I'll definitely have to be sitting down with the guys like, bro, Big Blake's is doing mad shit. What the fuck? He's gonna bring this whole organization down. What do we do?
Godfather. Correct. So you remember he pretended to be weak. His crew was like, yo, why you letting him push and muscle us? And then all of a sudden, he hit the 5 families in one day. He waited for his mother to die, asked his little brother.
You see, that's the beauty of calculation, bro. You see, when you're calculated, bro, yeah, you can be so effective, bro. Michael Corleone sat back, could have went crazy and just killed this little guy and because the whole gang was seeing it, bro. You know what? You know Remchecks, bro. You know Remchecks, yeah. Remchecks are my boy, yeah. I've grew up with him through jail and that, yeah. But he told me one thing in jail, bro, and it's always stuck with me, bro, yeah. He goes, the person who sees the furthest goes the furthest, bro. The person who sees the furthest goes the furthest. And that makes so much sense because you can calculate your way through life, bro. You see Michael, bro. He's so calculated, bro. He boxed the whole thing off. He killed everybody and boxed it off, bro. You can't be like that when you're a hothead. When you're just a hothead and emotionally fucking charged, bro, you can't be like that, bro. That's the beauty of this film.
Come to the lake house and pop it. I watched that movie. I like the way the Godfather moves. So just keep that in mind. Next question.
I do have a question.
Well, yeah, because why don't you address the things
We
you're
gonna
asking?
get into that.
Please.
First question I have is we know Dame Dash, businessman, entrepreneur, right?
Chairman.
Worth close to 100 million at one time. Right?
Never.
50 million, it says
Never.
online. 30 million?
I
I'm
never
talking
had that
about
much
what
money to
it's
look at in my life.
I have a question.
Well, yeah, because why don't you address the things you're asking?
We gonna get into that.
Please.
First question I have is we know Dame Dash, businessman, entrepreneur, right?
Chairman.
Worth close to 100 million at one time.
Never.
50 million, it says online.
Never.
30 million?
I never had that much money to look at in my life.
They said that the net worth was about 30 to 50 million.
This thing, you
Listen,
guys
big
believe
bro.
the internet? You guys are adults that believe what you read and hear in the newspaper, and y'all talk the most shit. So you guys are talking about things with no research. That's not fair. See, the problem is, and this is actually, I want to keep it on you.
So my question, could you come here with a
Yeah,
question?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
So my question
You
is,
cut him off too, Dave.
I said sorry.
He did
I'm
say sorry.
That's called. That's called.
You been in therapy.
It's mad though. It's mad.
I always-
It's mad. You can get millions of. I feel like if I got millions and millions, I would never go broke again. But Big Blake's would go broke because Big Blake's risk factors levels are high. But you see me, if I got millions, I would never go broke again, bro, because I would make calculated and my risk factor levels would be low when I'm making decisions, unless the odds were super in my favor. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like I would never go broke again. I'm the guy who would make 10% profit a year and compound interest that and carry on. My brother's the guy who will put it in a pump and dump, bro, and try and make 50 fucking million off a crazy fucking crypto token.
Say sorry.
Say sorry.
I just don't. You haven't been here.
No, I haven't.
The thing is, he'll be cutting me off, and then I'll get triggered. I watch, and I was like, oh, because he cuts me off. That's what makes me.
so my question, as
Yeah,
a
ask the
businessman,
question.
entrepreneur, chairman,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Boss.
Yeah.
You go from having a huge value to being in the negative. How does that happen from being a boss? Explain it down. Break that down for people that follow you, they aspire to be you.
I'm gonna tell you.
Please.
So the reason why I filed was because I've had $20 million of taxes.
Bro, you
First
see
of all,
the VO story? That's so deep because he came with nothing. When you see his story, bro, yeah, KB loves that story. He does part two. You see that stuff? He came with nothing, bro. He never had shit but a gun. He came over here with nothing, bro. He had to rise himself up out the trenches. You know what I mean? And then he went on to secure his, obviously it's fucked because the ideology he passed down, but he went on to build like prosperous, like in a monetized sense anyway for his family. But yeah, you know what what was deep out of that line, yeah? And you know why Vito was smart? He was trying to get Michael into a legitimate thing. You know when he's trying to get him into the Senate, and the line's deep when it's like, yo, I wanted to make you be a senator, yeah, but there wasn't enough time, bro. He goes, there wasn't enough time. How fucking deep is that, bro? His time ran out. Everybody's time runs out, bro. His time ran out, bro. And he never got, he achieved so much, bro, but what he wanted, he couldn't, bro. What you reading? What's this? Yo, this is a heavy point. What you reading? What's your point? Sonny in the Bronx Tale is very underrated character when it comes. Yeah, bro, Sonny. What's his name again? Benny from the block. That, you know why that story is real, bro? Yeah, because bro, that's a real life story, bro. That happens every day to everybody, bro. You're the big don. You think you're the big guy, bro. You violate somebody, bro. Just a little street soldier, bro. And then he comes back, yeah, Benny Blanco or whatever, and then this little G comes back, and that's the cycle of this life, bro, of this gang thing. The little G comes back and smokes you, bro, because you got comfortable. You know when Scarface is in the chair and he's like, yo, we're too comfortable, bro. He can feel it, bro. When Scarface is in that chair and he's saying to his boy, Manny, bro, yeah, yo, we're too, what the fuck, bro? This is before the whole Sosa war. He's saying to my man, bro, we're too comfortable, bro. When he's on about his security and that man's like, we spent 12% on security. Man's like, I don't care. House me sleep at night. We're too comfortable. Man can feel when they're too comfortable, bro. That's why maybe like all these boxers and that. You know Anthony Joshua, bro, yeah? He was knocking man out when he was living at his mum's in that flat. You remember that story? And it's like, yo, I'm living at my mum. Before when he was on the up, he was living at his mum's in that flat. Same with Conor McGregor. When these men are knocking man out, bro, they're still in the trenches. When they get fucking rich and start jumping out of silk sheets and start living in mansions, bro, it kills your hunger, bro. There's no way around it, bro. It just kills your hunger, bro. That's why you have to marvel at man like fucking Khabib and all these, man, John Jones and that, bro, who have just stayed being savages. Because how did they do? Ronaldo, bro. Ronaldo. He stayed being a savage, bro. I think Messi's better than Ronaldo, but Ronaldo, he stayed being a savage, bro. And he's 40 years old, you know what I mean?
Do you know anybody that paid $25 million in taxes in your life? Name one person you know.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yep, okay.
Khabib retired, yeah, but yeah, he still trains every day, you know. And this is why Khabib's so honorable, yeah. When they offered my man 100 mil to fight Mayweather, bro. Yes, Ronaldo's child will have the same hunger, bro. The odds are I won't. But you see, Khabib, bro, they offered my man 100 million, you know, bro, to fight Floyd Mayweather, and he turned it down, bro. He turned it down. He said, "Fuck that, bro. I don't. This shit's about legacy. Legacy soul. He goes, it's about legacy to me. I don't want to." And his dad died and all of that shit when he hadn't lost or nothing like that. So it was like, bro, this is about legacy. It's not about money, bro. Imagine turning down 100 mil just to have a fight with fucking Mayweather, bro.
Okay, so why would I be the first? Nobody does that. That's what Chad
Yeah, and it's,
the
bro,
problem with
fucking man's wrestling bears, bro. You know what sort of fucking core strength that must give you? Fucking wrestling bears, bro.
filing is black people don't file because they don't understand it. And that's why when you guys talk about things, I wish you'd really do your research. ChatGPT does exist. So if you really wanted to know how 50 bought it, ask ChatGPT. How could he have bought it? Who could he have bought it from? Did you hear an announcement in Deadline? Do you even read Deadline?